And talk to us about your godfather.
My godfather was the late great Pelé. Incredible, in my opinion. The main thing he always taught me was you should never treat the person that can pay you versus the person that's cleaning your toilets differently. It should be the same all around. And I think that's why, like, from everyone at the building, from Steve to Irving to everyone that works here, I'm always like, hey, what's up? Like, on weekends, like, I'll buy them all breakfast.
Yeah, and so he taught you that. You saw him doing that.
I mean, this is like God in my country. So it's like, he's literally God.
We're rolling. Okay. This is so exciting.
So I love this.
I mean, Vic, we know you because you live in these buildings.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
And I stalk her children.
Yeah, you
This-
stalk your
and
children
now
and
we're
her,
here.
and her dog.
And her
And, yeah, Moxie.
Mox-
You didn't even...
What about Moxie?
That's
Can we
insulting,
please
actually.
talk about it?
Oh my gosh.
Moxie.
She's gonna know.
Now
too.
you're going to have to
absolutely
rank
gonna know.
her kids and dog.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
1 to 3.
Moxie versus Henrietta.
Well, Moxie was first.
Okay,
True,
she was
I
first.
like it.
That was the
Moxie
first
deserves
baby.
number. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Moxie
She-
is number
Actually,
one.
I tell you and your husband all the time, I'm like, y'all are so selfish and decided to have 2 more. That poor dog.
Oh my God,
She doesn't
Moxie.
deserve this.
That's true. But she's like, that's very true.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
She's a
for
good
any-
dog.
She's the best dog.
No, she's adorable.
You
You
guys
need
are
a
cool
dog.
building.
With the amount of
No, that's true.
No, I
I
travel
can't.
too much.
No,
You travel-
and the
although
guilt is so bad.
You
like,
have
I
a dog
can't.
sitter in the building. I'm just
Yeah, that's
saying.
true.
I'm here.
Wait, so hold on, back up.
Yeah.
So we live in the same building.
Yes.
Yeah. Can we
And-
talk about the day you ran after Vicky to give her a Hulkin?
Start there.
Okay. No, you start there.
So what I do every day, I work out really early. Like I'm very, very on it. 6:30 a.m. for like hour and a half.
At the gym.
At the gym in our building.
Yeah.
And I always go downstairs for coffee. And
Yeah.
I'm like literally, like my best friend is Irving.
Yeah.
We all call him Taco. We all love him. He's a doorman. And I do this every single day. And I kind of saw her like whisk by like on the other side. And I'm like, oh, perhaps she's in a rush. Maybe something happened with the kids. None of my concern.
Yeah.
And I continue on my conversation with Irving, and I turn around and I just hear, wait! And like boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, yes. And she's like, this is for you. I'm like, are you okay? And she's like,
And what is this?
and what? Well, obviously I knew Supreme because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so. I use that so much. It's getting to a point now that when I go to Brooklyn Harvest, the girls are like, oh, it's you and your Supreme. I was like, and we're gonna keep it that way. I'm like sharing. But so like I saw it and I'm like, thank you. I don't know what you do. Like I kind of know
Yeah.
who you are because like your kids and husband and dog. But I'm like,
We'd never spoken,
No,
really.
we never
Yeah.
really spoke.
That's
And she's
hilarious.
Like, I work for. I was like, oh, Supreme. She's like, no. I'm like, oh, okay, got it. Okay, got it.
And
Understood.
since then, you got another Hulkin
Yes,
that
I did,
is
yes.
not Supreme branded.
No,
a
and
little
I
bit
love
more
that one very,
discreet.
no, yes, but look at me. I'm loud and proud, and I don't
You're
care.
loud
So-
and proud.
But
Loud
you
and
know, and then I
proud.
found out like what she did, and I was like, wait, that's I know Hulk. Wait, this is amazing. Oh, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And what you didn't see, after you left, Taco and I we opened it up,
Yeah.
and he was like, can you fit in that? I'm like,
Oh,
so I
we did not
literally
see
and I
that
fit. So, but
You're
but
not
I was
the
like,
first.
yeah. So I was like, oh,
Oh my
I
God,
fit.
love it.
He was like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. I'll break it. I was like, this.
He
this
actually
dude.
would not break it. It's basically not breakable. But
See, I didn't know that. So I didn't
Yeah,
really
let me
steer
go
it.
to advise
everybody
it. We
does
don't
it.
advise
Not
it.
that-
Yeah.
You can't resist that urge. Everybody wants to
No.
jump in.
And he actually pulled me for a bit, and I was like, we need to do this again for them. Just have fun. So if you see a video.
Okay, we'll
yeah.
see. We'll see
Yeah.
it. Well, it's so good to have you.
Thank you.
And we get to chat a little bit
Finally.
more. So
And
you were born in Brazil.
We can also get to know each
Yeah,
other more.
exactly. It took a
Beyond
podcast
your
recording for y'all to know each other.
Yes, I was born in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Sao Paulo. Okay.
And yeah, I left when I was 4
4 years old. Okay.
and moved to Miami.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And how was that? The transition? Like, do you remember that?
Well, you're 4. You know,
Yeah.
you're always
4.
gonna follow
Yeah.
like single parent my mom. So
Yeah.
she didn't she's like, look, at the time Brazil, and I say this at the time because
Yeah.
times are hard all
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
At the time Brazil was going through its worst economical crisis. There was
Yeah.
a lot. They were changing the
Currency?
the currency from Cruzeiro to Real.
Yeah.
And it's spelled like real, REAL,
Yeah.
but so that's the currency that we still use. So there was just a lot of bad changes.
Yeah.
And then she
Very
left and then
unstable.
we moved.
So with your mom?
Yeah, just me and my mom, and
your mom.
it was
Miami.
great. Yeah, single parent Miami, and school ballet and
School ballet
yeah.
and like a child model, right?
That kind of came later, and
Oh.
I did an audition and I loved it, and I bothered my mom for a full year, and my mom
That's
said,
amazing when it comes from the child that loves it so much.
and I vividly really remember doing that, and then
Yeah.
I said, please, and my mom's like, can I curse on this?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah,
yeah.
please.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
That's basically what my mom
yeah.
said.
Why?
And
Why did she say that?
Well, because she was just like, I don't understand. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get modeling. So my
Yeah.
mom in Brazil used to do she used to work in pageants, so like Miss Brazil, Miss Universe. She was
Oh,
one
wow.
of the owners of.
So she knew that world-ish.
She knew what she knew.
Yeah.
But we're in a foreign country. This
Yeah.
is modeling. Like, what
Yeah.
is what?
And you're young.
And I'm.
Yeah.
I was 7
Yeah. Wow.
when all this happened. Yeah.
That's really young.
And then it just
Yeah.
happened, and I loved it, and
Aw.
and I just love being in front of a camera and just like
Yeah.
doing all that. And times in that have also changed now with everything going on with
yeah.
it's a mess out there.
Wow, and talk to us about your godfather. You have
Oh my
a
gosh.
pretty
Yeah.
big deal of a godfather. You
Yes.
guys, you have to listen to this.
I was literally just talking about him today because I'm actually going back to Miami for
Oh.
Formula One with Puma.
Oh,
So there's
yeah.
going to be a lot of fun stuff
Nice.
happening
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, because he has a long history with this brand as well.
Okay.
My godfather was the late great Pelé.
Yeah.
Incredible in my opinion.
What an
The best
icon
soccer
of a
player- yeah, the best
godfather.
soccer
Like,
player
you
ever.
can't do more
Yeah.
iconic of
No.
a soccer
Yeah.
player probably
No,
in
yeah.
history. And so how did that happen? He was
My mom's best friend.
your
Your
mom's, best friend.
So to just tell, like, what did you learn? Because
Oh God, so much. How he is at life, like his philosophies, and how I am always loud and always like whenever I see you, I always like
Yeah,
it's just
so-
how I am.
Yeah.
He taught me that, and that guy was.
So what's
He
the
was
teaching?
like that.
The teaching is you should never. Oh God, what was it? He taught me a lot, but I think the main thing he always taught me was you should never treat the person that can pay you versus the person that's cleaning your toilets differently. It
Yeah.
should be the same
that's-
all
yeah.
around, and I think
Yeah.
that's why
Yeah.
Yeah.
from everyone at the building,
Yeah.
from Irving to just
Yeah.
like from Steve to Irving to
Yeah.
everyone that works here, I'm always like,
Yeah.
hey, what's up? Like
Yeah.
on weekends, like I'll buy them all breakfast, and
Yeah.
then like, the next weekend,
Yeah.
like I don't see.
Yeah, and so he taught you that. You saw
always.
him doing
Well,
that.
I mean, this is
Yeah.
like God in
Yeah.
my country,
Yeah.
it's
so it's like
literally God.
he's
Like
literally
I can't
God.
even imagine
Yeah.
like being
Yeah.
Brazilian.
yeah, and
living that.
yeah. And
So how did he keep his feet on the ground? Like, how do you actually stay humble? And it's actually very, like, it is incredible that you are as authentic and real, right? Like, you have this massive following yourself. So how did he keep his feet on the ground? And same, like, how are you doing that? Like, what are the, because you can treat people all the same, but you can tell it's from your heart.
Yeah.
So, like,
No,
I
yeah,
just am curious.
think with him, he came from absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you forget that.
Yeah.
And I think if you
It
do,
was a part of him.
your karma is already written for you. And, there's this amazing, I think it's on Amazon and Paramount Plus. It's a movie on his life, and it's just called like Pelé, like the movie. And you just see like he shines shoes as a kid to like try to help the family. Like family live in a shack. Like this is
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
fabulous. And he was just really good at something that he did.
Yeah.
And I can't even imagine living in a time when you're seeing the bicycle kick in football for the first time, and you're like, what was that? How
Yeah.
well? So like to
Yes.
be the first one
To
to
do,
do
yeah.
to win 3 World Cups, to continuously keep pushing, and a fun fact about him that a lot of people don't know is he always championed women's sports very early on.
Yeah,
but he
wow.
was told not to by
Oh,
by
sponsors?
no,
or?
just FIFA and
Oh,
organizations.
wow. Oh, my
and-
gosh.
And it's just how it it's
Yeah,
a different
sometimes you
mindset.
just have
Yeah.
to play
And now
the
it's like
game,
so
yeah.
cool to be a girl now. I'm
Yeah.
like, really?
Yeah.
You don't
Okay.
say. So I know that he would be
Yeah.
very, very, very proud now.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
but then to your other question, how do I do it? I think it's just knowing that like I'm in an industry where people run off of being fake so much that I'm in a position now in my life where I'm like, yeah, I can be fake for 20 minutes because I
Yeah.
kind of have to.
Yeah.
But then like once you really get to know me, I'm like,
This is what you
this
get.
is
Yeah.
this is me. Like
Yeah.
you guys asked me to
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yes, I'll do
No,
it.
I
Right?
was
Like,
like-
it's
and
for
it-
Lee, of
and
course.
it
And
served
you now,
you.
but it's mainly for Lee.
Mainly for Lee and Moxie.
Yeah, and Moxie.
But it served you, right?
Yeah.
It's what people enjoy following you on Instagram
Yeah.
and what took you there.
But I think the change I've been noticing is unfortunately people are trying to weave away from fake, and it's so hard, because there's so many new things, and I
Yeah.
gotta do this and the get readies and
Yeah.
and which I don't mind, but it's
Yeah.
like it can
Yeah.
be so
Yeah.
the same.
And how much work is it to manage your social media?
I mean, well,
It's-
I did give it to someone,
yeah,
Okay.
And-
I figured.
and
It's
then I didn't
too
like
much.
it.
Oh,
my
and then you
gosh.
took.
I had to take it back because I felt like
It wasn't you.
even though I was telling them what to do and what to
Yeah.
say, I'm like, okay, this message is not being properly, you know,
Yeah.
this ain't it.
Okay.
So I just took it back, and now I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, well, screw it. I'm going to do this, and it's paid off. And
Really?
it's
You're
paid
seeing
off.
it different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And question on being a ballerina and a child model, like how did that define your identity? Because it is so visual, right? Like, so how did you also maintain almost like self-confidence beyond just your skills and how beautiful you are?
Thank you. I think ballet really gave me structure, and my mom put me in ballet because I was a very hyper child. I have a
Okay.
feeling Henrietta might get there because she's just so cute. But you know, my mom was like, I have to do something with this kid. Like, what do I do?
Yeah.
And ballet really taught me that, and
Oh,
to
wow.
always just kind of. So my work ethic definitely comes from my mother and ballet.
Yeah.
And then modeling, I think, because I loved just kind of being in a room full of creative people at a very young age.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
so the person that is the photographer is
Yeah.
actually there. Oh,
Yeah.
the
How cool.
hair and makeup person. Oh, the
Yeah.
stylist.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
who are you? The
Yeah.
casting director. What's that? And
Yeah.
then you just learn
Yeah.
and learn and adapt.
You were
and
feeding
adapt.
from that.
Yeah, and I just love it. So I just
Yeah. And
kind
you
of-
still love it.
I still love it. I want to love it more, but I think everything is changing so much, and
Yeah.
so like there aren't a lot of photo shoots going on right now. It's
Yeah, so
not-
how are you dealing with that, this transition? Because I'm sure modeling changes over time, with age, with time. Like, how are you seeing your next chapter?
I think on my next, ironically enough, because there's another reason why I am doing this podcast
Okay.
is I'm kind of embarking on hosting and doing all these other
Ooh,
things too.
I love this.
So especially for Puma and F1,
Oh my
I literally
gosh,
got off
okay.
a call with them, and I was like, I'm doing what with? Oh,
Oh,
great!
Yeah.
Sure.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
I'm a shoe and it's fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
adapting to knowing that, like, I hope every single day that it gets back to what it once was. I
Which
think
is
it's-
what?
Which is, you know, I miss magazines. We don't have that anymore,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
like
yeah,
you remember
yeah.
like New York, like going to the
Yeah, of
stores and
course.
having
Yeah,
the old
yeah,
school
yeah.
magazines and
totally.
doing the, oh, I'm in this one.
Yeah.
And I remember like in 1 month I was
Such
like
a
in like
moment,
12.
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
That excitement no longer exists. And I hope someone can figure out a
Yeah,
way to bring
yeah.
that back.
Right.
But I'm a firm believer in like anything in fashion, and I'm sure like
Yeah.
with you guys, everything comes back.
Yeah, totally.
After
yeah, it
an
does.
amount
And there
of
are
time.
trends, and people are stepping away from the all online thing. Like, people are craving for offline experiences.
Offline,
Yeah.
which is you know, so like, and I also am doing my own kind of podcast, and I would actually love to
Love
like
it. Oh
interview
my
the
gosh.
both
Yeah,
of you guys and kind of
amazing.
have a whole
Love it. What's it?
different-
Do you know the name of it?
Yeah, it's called Top Shelf.
Love it.
Amazing.
So,
well,
yeah.
if it's out by the time we
Yes.
publish this,
Yes,
you'll share the link.
absolutely. Yeah, no, done. Yes, done. So
How exciting.
We're still like we're almost
Yeah.
done. So
Yeah.
you know, I still want to model, but I've realized I have to pivot and transition it in a new way, and sometimes
Yeah.
that might mean adding new people, eliminating others, and just
Yeah.
starting to kind of grow up. But then like I had a full blown panic attack yesterday. I was like, am I ready to do this? Like, do I have
You
to really?
are.
Holy
You
crap!
are.
Okay, here
Yeah.
we go.
I love
Yeah.
what you just said about eliminating people.
Yeah.
And that's
It's not
something.
easy.
So not easy.
It's so not easy.
But it's so important. And the longer you think about it, it's too late.
Yeah.
But
You have
how
to just
has
do
it
it.
served you? And is it one of the life lessons that you feel most people should kind of try to
I
stick
think,
to?
look, I think if you build an incredible relationship with people, keep them.
Yeah.
You know, but know in what way one should keep them.
Yeah.
And I think I'm kind of learning that in my own journey where I'm like, okay, does this person hate me now? Because I'm about like all
Yeah.
like these thoughts, you know, kind of creep in because then I don't want to get labeled like the bad person because
Yeah,
that's
of
just not
course.
who I am.
Yeah.
But, you know, I have a great team of people and I'm starting to realize that
Yeah.
people in my corner only truly want the best for me.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's hard to kind of be like, okay, but this isn't working. How do we,
Yeah.
but they've assured me you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
It's just like when you're in it,
Yeah, of
it's
course.
just so
It's
hard
so
to kind
hard.
of like go,
And is it mostly on the professional side that you feel like you need to scan out
Yeah.
and filter people out,
Yeah.
or also in your personal life?
no, have you met Liz? I don't know if you've
No.
seen her.
Is she
at the-
ever in the building?
She is.
No, I've literally never, like when I was like, I've not seen you with Liz.
Yeah, no, I
I've seen
promise
you in
you.
Taco
she's-
a lot more than-
Yeah, but Liz knows she's a strong number 2 after Taco. She knows. Sorry, babe.
Like Henrietta after Moxie.
Yeah, pretty
exactly.
much. Sorry. Moxie, please don't
my
hate
God.
me. I would love to feed you, but mom
my
and dad
God,
never.
yeah.
Actually,
No,
you
my God.
guys never let me feed her.
Because
so
she
that's a whole
eats
nother-
too much from the street. No, she does not get treats. Like every time Moxie's trying to get us like a treat, I'm like,
my
no,
God,
and everyone
yeah.
thinks I'm so mean, but it's like, no, she can't gain the weight.
she's so cute.
I know.
She is so
No,
cute.
No, personal, like,
Yeah,
So like, how do you
yeah,
filter
Liz.
people out? Yeah.
No, she's been quite the force, and she's like,
yeah.
you have, because she does not do anything that I do. She's very, very different, very
Okay.
business, very all that. But for her, she's like, you have to separate church and state, business and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like,
It's hard.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
she's
it's
like, why
hard.
are you sweating? I'm like, I don't know, because
Yeah.
this is scary
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
how do I,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like, what, like,
Yeah,
She's like,
interesting.
you need a glass of wine and you need to like take a deep breath.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know what to do with
Yeah.
you right now. So
Yeah.
okay. So she's been incredible. And,
Wow. And just
you know,
helping you structure the professional side. Of
yeah,
stuff.
which is like, you know, as creatives, I'm
Yeah.
sure you guys know,
Yeah.
like, that's super important. But,
Yeah.
you know, for
Yeah.
creatives, it's always about creating and like, oh, I don't know, like, I
Yeah.
did it for this, but, and it's
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have great people. It's
Yeah.
just pivoting and learning and being
hard.
like, here we go. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Liz is great.
Okay,
on
how
that-
did you
on
even
that.
meet Liz?
Oh, that's quite the story.
Okay.
And how long have you been together?
It's going to be 2 years in July. So
okay.
yeah, it's been an incredible time with her. I love her
Yeah.
deeply. We met on this dating service, matchmaking called
Amazing.
Talkify.
Talkify.
Yeah.
Actually, is it an app? Or am
I don't know if it's an app. I only
Talkify.
How did you hear about it?
Yeah. How did I?
Oh Lord, one of those
Yeah.
New York quintessential nights.
Yeah, like
I-
what? Talkify. I feel like it sounds like an app where
Yeah.
you just like talk to each other.
Yeah, but no. Well, no. So it's an actual matchmaker app. So you don't even see. I didn't even see Liz until
God.
the date was set up.
Oh my God.
How do you even hear about this app though?
So I went out.
Or not app, but this service.
Yeah. So I went out with a friend of mine,
Yeah.
and we got plastered, and we had a lovely time.
Yeah.
But in the dinner that we were in,
Yeah.
there was like this woman there, and I met her
Yeah.
vaguely. I don't
Yeah.
really remember much. And then I get a text the next morning. Apparently, I even gave this person my
Oh my
number.
God,
I was like,
this
"Who are
is-
you?"
yeah.
I get a text the next
Okay.
morning. And it stated, hey, you know, we want to set up like your profile for Talkify. I said, set up who with,
Yeah,
what is
yeah,
this?
yeah.
So I wrote back, no, leave me alone.
Yeah, oh my God.
And then I got a call and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, you probably don't remember me because we had a lot of fun, but
Oh my God.
I really
Oh my
want to help you
gosh.
meet someone
Yeah.
that's like right
Was
up
she
your...
the actual matchmaker, or she works for?
She works
Talkify?
for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know. Is it one of those things you pay like $30,000? Like some of these matchmakers, it's like
They're not cheap.
Yeah.
They're
So
not cheap.
Liz was already on it.
Okay.
So what they do is they give you one, so they set up your profile and then they
Yeah.
give you one free like
Match.
match.
Okay.
Oh.
To kind of so you can kind of see the process, and then if it works, it works.
But do you see the person? Like, how's
No.
it different than? Okay, so it's a blind date.
As in like
Like blind,
this is
no
who
nothing.
she is.
Okay.
Blah 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 blah. And I get an email like a month later. Hey, we found this great person for you. Blah blah blah. Blah. She lives in Dallas. Will this be a problem? I'm like,
lives in
no, it ain't that far. Sorry, I completely
Yeah.
moved
Yeah.
the mic.
Wait, I thought you were gonna say yes. She lives in Dallas.
Yeah, you're
Well,
like, hell
I mean-
no.
And you didn't even know what you looked like.
No.
Wow.
So I said, okay, cool. I want to know more.
Yeah.
So they kind of like said the same thing to Liz about me.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to know more. From
Yeah.
her. So
She
I meet
lived in
with
Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for work.
Oh my
yeah.
God, okay.
So we were doing.
I thought it was
Long
someone
distance.
else. Like I
No.
didn't realize who that actually
No.
is.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm like, all right, fine, sure. So I start asking questions, and you know, I have a thing for light eyes. So I'm like,
Okay.
as long as there's light eyes,
Yeah.
I'm a sucker. I'm in. And then they were like, look, she has 3 kids. I'm like, okay, cool. Is that it? Because like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, no,
4 or
3
5
girls.
kids.
I'm like, oh,
Okay.
okay, cool, awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
This is what she does. She's hardworking.
Yeah.
She's like a very well respected finance banker.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
She's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Hence why she's been helping me a lot with
Yeah,
everything. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
help me, I'm sweating. I don't know what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
And she's like, sit down.
She's
I
got
love
it.
you. I'm like, oh, you really love me. You really
Yeah,
want the best for
yeah.
me. Oh, this is so
helpful.
good for me.
Yeah.
I'm in my soft girl business
Oh my
era this year. So I asked questions,
Wow.
fine. Then they were like, oh, she's going through a divorce. I said, okay, wait.
Uh-huh.
Is she really? Because I'm so secure in who I am.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to be used or
Oh,
like,
as, like,
yeah,
a-
yeah.
as a thing,
Like,
and,
yeah,
and like
you
right
don't know
off
where
the
that's gonna
gate,
go.
it's me,
Yeah.
and then you know kids are angry at me.
Yeah, of course.
No one,
Yeah.
I can't sleep at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, no, like the divorce has been underway and she's already been
Okay.
dating. She's
Yeah.
within
Okay.
the
Wow.
service.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool.
Okay.
We're good.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah, I'm totally down to meet her. Absolutely. Unfortunately, with Liz, when she was talking to the matchmaker, they said something like, oh, are you okay with this person presenting male? I'm like, wait, what? wait, what?
That is amazing.
Now, mind you, this matchmaker
Wait,
is...
that is the funniest.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
I know, yeah. So,
But you found out that after the fact.
Yeah. Because like Liz told me. So I was like, huh? So, well, because I have short hair. And I'm like, but that doesn't necessarily mean. I'm like,
no.
girl, I wear ring and tings. Like, I'm cute. No.
Yeah.
So Liz was like, what? No, wait a minute, huh? And then that kind of pissed Liz off.
Yeah.
That then she didn't want to ask questions about me. She's like, I'll meet her.
Yeah.
She didn't ask. I was like, okay, maybe all this was supposed to happen for some weird reason.
Yeah,
So her matchmaker then reaches out to me and goes, I don't live in New York. What's a great place that you'd want to meet? I'm like, oh, Pastis, New York staple.
So
great.
she was going to fly. She was flying here. You weren't flying to Dallas.
No.
Okay.
No. But I didn't know at the time. So she was already flying back and forth because of her job. And she was already in the process of moving to New York. I didn't know any of this.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Much better.
So we meet. I get there 15 minutes early. I've never done a blind date in my life.
God.
Mind you, 2 hours before the date, I finally get a text from the matchmaker. Your match's name is Liz M. I go, great. Okay.
Oh my
And
God. You
we don't
can't
have each
Google
other's
her.
phones. We have
You can't,
nothing.
like
No.
nothing.
Nothing. I'm like, this is some bullshit.
But how
All right, cool.
exciting, kind of.
Yes,
Yeah.
exciting, but
Really
also kind of
exciting.
like, I don't do this.
Yeah.
What are my friends gonna think? Like,
Oh my
what the
God.
hell?
Yeah.
It's also super uncomfortable.
Yeah, so it's summertime. I'm not
Yeah.
committed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I feel
So-
like you could talk to anybody though. Like you would, like you'll have a good time.
God willing.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me these magical powers. But, so my back is turned and she walks up and it was like the most beautifulest creature I've ever seen in my life. She walked up and I was like, hi. She's like, how are you? I'm like, I'm great. And so we hugged. She sat down and like talking, eating, and then something happened in between us talking and like she reached out, and like we just never let go of each other's hands, and then it just happened, and then we're like, all right, cool.
From this one date.
One date. So
I mean,
I
that's
was one and
the-
done, and she was dating around, and it worked for me.
How
Oh my-
crazy.
Yeah, but then it gets better.
Yeah.
So Talkify has a rule. Once you go out on the date with a person, if you want to see them again, then you exchange numbers, which kind of eliminates the whole, but I texted you.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Oh,
You
yeah.
didn't text me
No, it's
type
actually
of-
smart.
Yeah. So we walked all over after the dinner, and it was like the hottest day in New York City.
Yeah.
Worst day to walk.
Wow, yeah.
And then she's like, hey, do you want to come back to Soho House and have wine? I was like, do you know my love of Soho House and white wine? Absolutely. So we're on the couch, and then we flirted, and then I asked for her number. She was like, absolutely. And then she kept coming back, and then she came. So the second time she came back, I think it was like a week later, and I stayed with her for like 4 days. At her hotel, and then something happened. She was like getting ready. We were going out on a date, and I looked at her and I was like, I don't think we should see anyone.
What? Oh, I thought you were going to say, I don't think we should see each
No,
other.
no.
Like, this is a plot twist.
No. I
yeah.
said that, and she goes, all right. I'm like, all right. Yeah, that
Okay,
works. And then
fine.
it also kind of goes to show you how like things can kind of be. We went out on this date which now no longer even exists because everything in New York is so different. Like everything's closing.
Oh my God.
That place in Flatiron called Fotografiska.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And we went, and so when we got out the car, I knew like the people at Chapel Bar and all these things. She's like, what the hell? I was like, oh, I'm a member. Like they know me. And she's like, what have I done? I'm like, no, you're fine. Like you're good. So we go and several floors of artwork, and I shit you not, we were holding hands, and I think we're going up another floor, and like it was just me and her. Like people were all over, but on that specific floor, we were the only ones, and I was holding her hand. And like I got a chill, and she got a chill. I was like, "Did you feel that?" I was like, "What was that?" I was like, "That was weird." And I'm like, "Wow." And I didn't say anything. I was like, "There's no way. There's no way the ambiance of My Godfather is somewhere here.
God.
Tell me why."
Oh my
we
God.
turned. There was a massive Pelé
No,
photo.
stop
What?
it.
No, so talk.
No, stop it.
Like, talk to me about like that. Like feels magical, and I think you like mentioned earlier that you really believe like in almost this power of
And
magic.
her bracelet says exactly that.
Stay in the
Stay in the
magic.
magic.
So what does that even mean? And what did that moment mean to you? Like, what did it like Pelé being there mean
It
to
was
this
like,
relationship? Like,
it was almost like I approve. Like she's the
Yeah.
one. Like don't worry.
I mean, we believe in signs. Lee
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I love
big
like
time. We believe in
manifesting.
signs. We manifest. We
Yeah.
believe that the universe has our back.
Absolutely.
And things do happen for a reason. And this sounds, the way you talk about it, sounds really magical.
Yeah, and I was just like, Are you?
Yeah.
And poor Liz, because like, you know, obviously like I told her like who he was, and like he had like not passed like that long ago at the time, and she was like, looked at me and went, oh my God, I didn't know. Are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I just need a second. And like, she just let me like just have that minute. And then after that, I was like, you mother, like, of course you're here. Yeah. And it's been nothing short of magical with her. And
wow. And you met the kids?
Yeah.
And the kids love you.
Yes. I met them in Dallas, and it was, I was nervous because I don't meet kids like this is like your tribe, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, now I'm really by myself on an island. Like I'm about to walk in.
Yeah.
So, so one is 15, Hazel, Lily's 13 going on 30.
Oh my God.
That's like my twin. Like there's her and I were so alike. It's kind of scary. Even Liz is like, man, I can't, man.
God.
I'm like, there you go, only one. And then Scarlett's 9, and she's like a superstar. Like that girl is like, she's meant to be on stage. It's crazy. So I met them when I had gone to Dallas, and Lily cooked, and it was like, I was like, I'm nervous. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And we get there, and I knew, I was like, the one child that's gonna ask all the questions is Lily. And I sat down. She's like, so. And I'm like, and like poor Liz is like, I'm like, let her. I'm screwed now.
But
so they accepted
everything.
you from the get-go.
Well, I mean, I think they accepted the fact that their mother was happy, and Liz deserves everything under the sun, in my opinion. Like that woman works so hard. It's crazy. I don't know how she does it.
Yeah.
And like, after seeing her with 3, I'm like, I'm good. I don't want kids. I can't do this. This is, I don't know how you do it with 2.
I mean, 3's a different story though. I have 3 kids.
Do you
You're right,
want
Moxie.
one more,
No,
Moxie?
I'm Moxie. That's why I do
Yeah.
have 3 kids.
Yeah,
Do you want another human? See, look,
I don't
watch,
I don't
watch,
know. Like I
watch.
can't say
you?
no.
I
don't
never
like,
talked about
yeah,
it.
like I only have another sibling, so for me, like having 2 feels complete.
Okay,
but
what
would I
about
be like
husband?
I think for
They're
him
3.
they're 3, but I think he's like indifferent. Like I don't know. Zach I think would be happy. Like Zach's just happy. Like,
Zach is such a chill.
Yeah.
Every time he
The
comes on,
most
I'm like,
chill.
how are you? He's like, I'm here. I'm like, okay, Zach.
They're like opposites.
They're
in a way.
opposites.
Yeah.
No, so I don't like. I
Different
think 3 is a
energies.
lot, and I can't imagine having like a really intense,
all girls.
Like
yeah.
demanding
Yeah.
job, like traveling back and forth.
And all
Managing new
girls.
relationships, all
girls, yeah.
girls. It's a lot.
Wait, did you meet her ex
No.
ever? Will you ever?
It has not happened. That's
Yeah.
not for me to.
But are
Yeah,
you
no.
very different from her ex?
Oh, absolutely.
Like night and day.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, he is Latin like myself,
Oh,
but
interesting.
I'm more like, all right, I'm gonna go do this.
Yeah.
Liz, you're coming. She's like, I'm doing what? I'm like, we're gonna do carpet. She's like, the fuck I am. And then she'll go and do it. And then like the photos come out, and then
That's
the girls are
probably
like,
so fun.
Yeah.
Mom. I'm
Yeah.
like, see,
Yeah.
Mom is beautiful.
Yeah.
Like let
Yeah.
Mom shine. So
That's
Yeah.
I
probably
think
so fun and different.
I think individually for the girls and all together for
Yeah.
the girls, they just want Liz happy.
Yeah.
Luckily I was
What
chosen to
great
make her
girls.
happy.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. And has Liz met your mom?
No.
Okay.
No.
Why?
No relationship with Mom and I anymore. So
What? Okay, so
yeah, that's just a whole nother.
like that's
yeah.
also like cutting out, like in a sense, cutting out what doesn't serve.
I
like-
mean, well, yeah. But that was like the first cutoff I've done like years ago. That was just too negative and not good for me. And I
Yeah,
had
so
to
that's a
kind
great
of,
example of how to
yeah.
push
And
people that
unfortunately,
don't serve you.
in Brazil, we love. I don't think there's an issue with the LGBTQIA community that I know of, but there is. It's very hidden. It's very hush hush. But they tend to be a little bit more acceptable to gay men than women,
Interesting. Yeah.
which doesn't really surprise me because a lot of other cultures are the same way.
Yeah.
Like it's never like I'm like, really, like what are we
Yeah.
doing
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
So unfortunately, the world changed. My mom did not want to change with the world.
Is she in Miami?
No, she's between Miami and New York. I don't exactly know
Wow.
where yet, and I keep it kind of
Yeah,
that
yeah,
way.
yeah.
Of course.
That's-
And was
that's-
like, how did like Pelé accept you?
Oh, he knew. I called him at 14. It was like, I have to talk to you.
Oh.
He's
Yeah.
like, okay.
yeah.
I'm like, where are you? He's like, I'm in Florida. I'm like, okay, I'll wait. He was like, do you want to come here? I'm like,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh my
So he
God.
flew me out, and then we had a conversation, and I'm like, there's something I need to tell you, and I don't really know how to like.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, he was like, that you're gay? I know. I'm like, huh? I'm like, how did when did he was like, honey, it
No, but
I
talk
know.
to us about that, the coming out process. Because
With him, it was
extremely stressful.
It was great with him.
As a
but
14-year-old, also, it's like such a stressful time to begin with.
I
To
think
be a
when
teenager.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
And so Pelé accepted you,
Yeah,
but
automatically.
your mom did not.
No, and he warned me at 14. He was like,
Really?
whatever you do not tell her. 'Cause it
Really?
ain't gonna go down well. Yeah.
Wow.
Look, I think parents' job is to make sure, like, you specifically, you want Henrietta and Winnie and clearly our fur
Moxie,
baby to be happy no matter what.
Of course.
And I don't think that whoever you choose to share a life with should be the catalyst of like the end of the world.
No, totally.
And unfortunately for my mom, that's what it was. And we
That's really
just
difficult.
never spoke. And I've just literally been by myself since I was like 19.
Oh my God.
It was a hard that decision was
must have been
like that
so
was
hard.
heartbreaking.
It's not like breaking up with a business person. Like, it's just not comparable.
And it was heartbreaking, and it was like scary to kind of be like, oh, I'm on my own. How do I don't know how to do all these things, or I do, or I don't think I do. So but I learned, and she, I love her and I respect her, but like it's just not. There's no. And I actually saw her recently for the first time. Like,
as a coincidence or intentionally?
No, it was intentionally, because I'm still that person's child.
Yeah, of course.
So I went to go see her actually at Blue Bottle, not far from the house.
Yeah. She was in Williamsburg?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And we spoke, and it did not end well. And
so what, did she just text you being like, hey, I'm in Williamsburg? Like, how did you know?
I actually reached out to her.
Yeah.
And I said, yes, I'll see you, but you can come to me.
Yeah.
And because I don't want to go to
Yeah,
you.
of
Like,
course.
you come,
Yeah,
you come where
You
it's
make
safe.
the effort.
And I left, and I said, I told Taco where I was going, and he was like,
oh, God.
okay, if you need me, you call me. I'm like, okay. I was like, okay.
I love him so much.
So, my God, like these next 3 weeks without him, I pray to God the building is still standing when he gets back. It's like that.
Building,
like, you don't
Like
understand.
also emotional support.
It's like that guy is like, hi Taco, we love you. Anyways, but it did not end up like going well at all. And
But because like, where was the tension in, like, was she trying to make amends with you? Like, why did she want to
I think
see
she
you?
was trying to, but no apology, no accountability.
Oh my God.
It was more like, this is what's been going on in my. It was almost like, so this is what you missed on this episode of my life. So I kind of had to like, like I was I was married for 7 years with the.
I did not know
Did you
that.
ever see her there? No. So like Taco was there during the whole. He helped me. Like it was like a whole like.
You were married for 7 years? I had no idea.
Yeah.
And
living in the building?
Yeah. See,
Oh my
okay,
God.
that's a you problem, not a me problem.
Okay, this is an us problem.
Do you
like-
ever have drinks?
Yes. Wait, okay. So you were married for 7 years and you're like, hey mom, married for 7 years, got
This
a divorce.
happened,
Yeah.
And it was the gay thing. And it was the worst
Again,
obscene
came
things
back
that you
to
would
it.
never imagine
Oh
a
my
parent to say or do
God.
to a child. It was done again to me. And I was just like,
Good for you
why
for
would
just
you
walking,
take
like
this?
not
Yeah.
taking it.
yeah. And I just kind of sat there. Like I took it. Obviously I was hurt. I'm still this woman's child. But then at that point I was like, okay, like I hadn't seen her in God, like 10 years, like a while.
That's so tough.
Yeah. And
I
so,
can't even imagine a mom though that could do, like, it just
And a
shocking
single
to
mom.
me.
Shocking.
Yeah,
No
a
doubt.
single
Single
mom.
mom, yeah, no, exactly. And you've built your circle. Obviously, looks like you're thriving, and you have
I'm
great
trying my best.
relationship.
Yeah. And it's just, it's I think that's why like whenever like I see kids that still have two parents or one or a grandparent or are going through a divorce or have to go in between, I'm like, hey, at least you got parents who like trust me, like, because I can make you cry in 2 seconds and you don't want this mess. So and like once that whole mess with my mom happened, I texted Taco. I go, Taco. He goes, where are you? I'm like at Blue Bottle. He goes, come to me, come back. And I went back and I was like, listen. And then I just like I told him everything, and he was just like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's confirmation that you already knew.
Yeah, but and it sucks, like
You
even
did-
though
you
like
were-
you
still hope.
of course, and I think that's like our like the worst things
So
about
tough.
being a human. You're like, oh, I hope they won't, and then they do, and you're like,
No,
So,
you want to give the benefit of the doubt.
Did Pelé kind of like serve that backbone of support growing up? In
absolutely,
a sense?
yeah. He actually, when I was 15, 16, he tried to like get the rights to like be my guardian,
Oh, wow.
but it was a fight. But it was just a mess between them, and he was like, look, I'm like.
Yeah.
we are going to make this work either way.
Yeah.
Even if I legally can't, like, you're fine. And he just was a support system.
Yeah.
And then,
Wow, that's
yeah. And then
incredible.
she hated that because, like, she's like, well, how could he accept you
Yeah.
for you? And I'm like, because he wants to.
And
That's
Yes.
he
just
loves
who
me.
he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh,
Wow, that is
man.
so difficult.
So Liz will never meet
No,
that
so you-
woman.
so Liz
no.
is not being-
Oh,
your
Liz
mom
must have
got
been
that.
like, fuck that
No,
bitch.
yeah, Liz was
Oh, yeah.
when Liz kind of found out everything that she did in the past, and then
Yeah.
and obviously
Yeah.
now Liz was just like floored. She's like, you know, like she'll look at her own
Yeah.
kids. She's like, I could never. I'm like, I know,
Never.
and that's why you're a phenomenal parent.
But
Yeah.
even think, Liz's kids just want their mom to be happy.
Even
their
and
kid,
like,
yeah.
like even Liz's kids can provide that emotional love for their mom in a way that your mom just feels
Yeah.
that. Wow.
And then it's like, and I love seeing it, but like, you know, Liz and I were so aware of each other's emotional like capacities where she's like, you love to see it, but you also get sad about it.
Yeah,
I'm like, well,
of
yeah, I'm
course.
still
Yeah.
someone's kid. And like,
course.
like
It-
I know that it's done. Like there's nothing I can do
Yeah.
on that end.
oh
So
my God.
yeah,
So
kinda had to
difficult.
make my bed and
Yeah.
live with it. So
And
so forth.
It sounds like it's a much longer story, but I do need like the cliff notes for the 7 years of marriage. Like what happened there? Who were they?
Her name is Taylor. We met, mutual friends, and you know, it was first love, puppy love,
Yeah.
all the you know, we moved
Yeah.
in together and you know, it was a lot of firsts. And
Yeah.
you know, and we moved in. We actually used to live on the Lower East Side and
Yeah.
then we moved to 50. And it was great.
And what was
then
the end of the relationship?
the end of the relationship was that saying, show me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. And the friends were not good. And then
Wow,
she got
interesting.
sucked
Wow.
in a really
Wow.
bad negative
Like,
energy. And I
new
just,
friends that she met.
no, I think they were
later?
always her friends.
Yeah.
I just never really paid close attention
Yeah.
as to what they
Yeah,
were
yeah,
doing.
yeah.
And she, you know, she chose to do what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
And it was not good. It was negative, and I had to make another
Yeah, really
painful decision.
It sounds like
Wow.
you're really good at identifying things are not serving you.
Yes, but unfortunately, I'm in true Scorpio fashion. I'm like, oh no, I'll stay and try to make everything work with
so
everybody.
then when do you actually pull the plug in your life in these things?
Apparently, when I have panic attacks like yesterday.
Yeah. Okay, so once your body literally can't.
No, yeah, because like my body speaks for me, and like
Hmm.
when I'm at that point when my
Yeah.
body's like, Vic, and I get ill or I
Yeah.
can't move,
I
I'm
get
like,
that.
I get the same. It's funny. I feel like it's a very female thing too. It's like our bodies are just, we push ourselves to such a limit and then just
yeah,
can't handle it.
yeah, can't do it. Yeah.
Wow. So,
So-
like your body just broke on you and you're like,
Yeah, and I was like, I
That's it.
can't live like this anymore. And then we legally separated, and then it took me like 6 more months to like actually file because it was bizarre. I'm like,
No, of
if you
course.
want this so bad, why don't you file?
Yeah,
And she wouldn't
yeah.
file. I was like,
and how did you get her out of the apartment?
Taco to the rescue.
No,
I was
stop it.
like,
Taco is the hero of this episode.
I said, we should all interview
We should
this man.
actually have
I'm
that be the
Taco.
name of this
Adorable.
episode. Yeah,
That would be
taco
amazing.
episode. This is
A taco
literally the
episode.
taco episode.
Imagine
The world's
amount of
greatest
stuff he
doorman.
sees, though. Like, can
Oh
you
my God.
imagine? Like, he
Oh,
has
and the
some
stuff I
stories.
now know, 'cause I'm
yeah,
like,
you
God.
what
What
happened?
happened?
Taco
Oh my
stories.
God.
No,
No, this is actually the taco episode.
Yeah,
this
it's-
is
yeah.
not about you.
No, this is the taco
actually
episode.
Pivoting.
about
It's about taco,
It
guys.
is. No,
Like
so
world's greatest
basically-
doorman.
Like bar none.
Yeah.
Like every time I post him, they're like on my stuff, Taco's back. I'm like, yeah, Taco's back. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what ended up happening was he knew everything that was going on.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay,
Yeah, wow.
I don't know how to get rid of her. I don't know the
Yeah.
proper
Yeah.
parameters because the lease was in both of our
Okay, names.
names,
yeah.
right? So I'm like, Taco, I don't know what to do. He was like, okay, this is what you're gonna do. So he called management
Yeah.
at the time and
Yeah.
brought them to me. I was like, guys, like, I'm staying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want her out. And they were like, well, we don't like her anyway, so all good. So they
Oh
literally,
my
they were
God.
like, don't even worry about
Spicy.
it. I was like, okay, so how do I legally, because
Yeah.
I don't know how to legally
Yeah,
do
yeah,
this.
yeah. Let's
so
just make it happen.
Taco was like, be extra nice to her
Yeah.
tomorrow, but then kick her out and tell her that she has a week
Yeah.
and figure it out. I was like, okay, cool. And I did just that, and boom, Taco
Wow.
to the rescue.
Done.
Yeah. And the night she came and moved everything out, I ironically had back-to-back jobs in California.
Oh my
So
gosh,
I wasn't
okay.
even there.
Yeah.
And then when I came
Probably
back, Taco happened
Yeah.
to be working that specific day, and
Yeah.
I'm like, how'd it go? He was like, what a sad sight that was.
God.
Okay, bye.
You know, like you can tell a lot about a person. Like if you say good morning, you're like, hey,
totally.
like, if you
100%. No, these exactly.
Yeah.
Like they must see
clearly,
such
or I
horrible.
wouldn't even be here.
Yeah.
So,
No,
hello.
exactly.
Yeah.
But he must see horrible people
Oh, yeah.
also.
Horrible.
Like
Oh, like
people
the
that
worst of
like
the
treat
worst.
him like
Oh my
the
God.
worst.
And my ex was like that with him.
Really?
It was
Oh my
never
God.
nice.
That
So,
amazing you could
like,
be with someone
opposite
like
of
that.
you.
No, that is the opposite of you.
Yeah.
That's so like wow.
And meanwhile, Liz is more
Just like
then
in the
she's a Virgo, so she's very
Yeah.
proper. But then like
Yeah.
with me, I'm like,
But she loves you and she shows you the
Yeah.
love.
Yeah. Which
and
is
she's
what I
there
need.
for you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Before we wrap up, because
Yes.
we're at time,
Oh, man.
how can we support you? So tell us about the podcast and
Yeah.
your project you have coming up. Like,
yeah,
I'd love
so
to share with the audience.
I will be in Miami for F1 with Puma and New Era, and we're gonna have a
exciting.
lot of fun. It's my first. I've never done F1 in my life. I am beyond elated.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, it's like I'm hosting all these incredible things, and it's like really like my first time really being out there and hosting
Yeah.
and
Yeah, well.
doing stuff like that, which I'm a little nervous for, but like
my God, you're
I'm
rocking
excited.
it. You're gonna
It's-
rock
it's-
it.
It's a
You
good
got
thing.
it.
and if not, just call Taco. He'll
Yeah,
give
and be
you the
like
word.
Taco.
And when in
Taco.
doubt- Yeah.
Even though he'll be in he'll probably be on the
Oh,
cruise,
yeah,
so it
that's
doesn't even
right.
matter. So I can definitely do that. So going to be doing that, and then the podcast is it's taking shape.
Amazing.
We have
Amazing.
great people that we want to interview, and we're
It's called
literally
Top Shelf, right?
Top Shelf, and we're literally gonna do it at
Top
Liz's
Shelf.
house.
I
So
Oh my God.
it's
How
gonna be a
fun.
homey feeling. It's gonna be great,
Amazing.
and the team behind it, all women. Liz is even helping me with it.
my
She's
gosh.
like, no, we're gonna get
This is
this
how you
part
do
done,
it.
and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I love you. Ooh,
This is
yes.
amazing.
Oh my
Keep
God, what
talking,
a
banker
partner to
talk to
have.
me. I know.
Oh,
I know.
yeah.
I
Banker
always
talk.
say I feel
Amazing.
like the Lord felt bad for me and threw me a bone and said, "Screw this up, my child, and watch." Like this is not gonna.
That's
So that's happening, and then just just doing more.
Well, following you on
hopefully.
Instagram,
Yes.
you have such great content.
Yes,
So we'll make
yes.
sure to
Such
link
great.
that too.
Yes.
But thank you for being with us.
Thank
It was
you.
so fun.
Thank you guys.
And thank you, Taco.
Yes, thank you, Taco.
We love you, Taco.
We love you, Taco.